Hello, the Hearst Corporation. I didn't get a name to it, unfortunately, but I hope you enjoy my package that I'm going to mail you. This came from a website in Los Angeles, but this one's one of my own. Horn-rimmed glasses by BRYAN CALVIN HARTNELL, the Zodiac Killer. This is touchy because I know that Robert Graysmith did a lot of work to assemble his data, but he misinterpreted most of it because it was all, Zodiac is a distortion technique. Robert Graysmith's Zodiac is something akin to an idiot savant on Augustus Owsley's white lightning window pane LSD, who also doubles as a man who can choreograph sophisticated ciphers, deliver precise messages to precise locations at precise times to terrify San Francisco. Sam Clam's disco. I left my heart in Sam Clam's disco. I need levity because I'm a nobody. Robert Graysmith has all the data, but he's misinterpreting it. He's interpreting it literally. And he's running interference for Hartnell, who is very invested in my Zodiac in Bakersfield, where about 1,000 vehicles have been following me since July. It all started in May when I Facebook friended BRYAN CALVIN HARTNELL. He didn't accept, of course, because I had written to him in 2019, and I had no idea he was following my moves all along, but his personal murder of Cecilia Ann Shepard at Lake Berryessa fooled the oncoming mind readers. They always start with the first crime scene and profile victims and then likely perpetrators. But Hartnell created all the other murders. There were 7, I believe. One in Riverside as a warm-up to Sherry Joe Bates. And that was in Riverside near Redlands, where he lives now and is a wills and trust attorney, preparing people for their deaths with the least amount of pain involved. Still consistent. But anyway, Robert's Zodiac is not the right one. My Zodiac, and I hate that term, it's all distortion, but I like to cite Lake Berryessa as the foundation upon his motive to kill Cecilia Ann Shepard. And mine is the Muscatel and tainted Limburger cheese chef. He didn't have some wine and cheese party like he fooled that Fincher, who essentially redid Robert Graysmith's Zodiac story. He has everything but the weenie. He keeps saying, I'm going to let you know the real killer this time. And I don't think I think that's disingenuous as well. It's a money grab. I knew it from January the 5th, 2011, when I was watching a Bill Curtis documentary. There was a 2.5-minute video of the press of Hartnell in his hospital bed. He looked too good to me, and I just couldn't get over it. And I laid down to go to sleep in apartment 273 The Palms Apartments, 20355 Sherman Way, 91339 or something like that. So I tried to lay down and go to sleep. My eyes kept opening. So I finally found that there was a transcript of the interview between Robertson and Hartnell. And as soon as I got through the first page, I started losing it from both ends. That girl you referred to, this girl, yes. And he was much closer to her than that. And terms like, I kissed her because she was weaker from the religious angle than I. What a hypocrite and phony. He practices religion from pretense. That Southern Cross that he never mentioned Robertson, just kept describing it. He knew exactly what it was. And Robertson had been cued as well. So they were playing back and forth to each other. And Narlow was also guilty, as was the obsequious soothsayer Collins of Cecilia's dying words. Cecilia Shepard was out like a light when he arrived. No question from the interview. And both Hartnell and Collins changed their stories dramatically. And once the 2017 video I saw, I thought it was current. So I thought these people were all alive, but it was the 40th anniversary, which was maybe 2008 or something like that. And Collins told the reporter who asked him, so she did see the killer, and he was a white man, according to Collins. The interviewer said, well, why didn't you tell people back in 1969? He goes, well, I didn't think it was important. Bullshit. He probably didn't think the video of the sequestered interview, maybe threw that away. Didn't think it was important either. It's the single most incriminating evidence in the whole Zodiac composite. And I figured it out right away. And I had an awesome bad experience with the Van Owen police. And then protocol obstacles, some polite, but I finally wrote out Xavier Becerra, who had a 30-second video you could play, and audio, and he said, well, Javier may not respond to everything, but he reads all of his voicemails. And so I chewed him out, and then he's the first one to mention the Zodiac case. Kamala Harris didn't. And Javier said that very rarely does the DOJ try trial cases, mostly appellate, with rare exceptions. Well, what the hell is a rare exception? Busting a pinochle game? This was the biggest whodunit in American jurisprudence. So he copped out, and so did Harris as well. And then I went to the threat assessment group in Newport Beach and called, I got a spam call after I delivered my materials. Potential spam, Newport Beach. It wasn't. I knew it, and I touched on it, and it would sound like the trading floor at Wall Street. Every time I tried to speak, they put me on hold and then timed out, and it went off. So I finally found Gregg McCrary's phone number and email, info@tagline.com, and his phone number, and I called the receptionist. They were all female. The first one said, well, what's this about? And I said, I've solved the Zodiac case. Can you tell Gregg? And she goes, okay, I'll tell him. And he didn't get back to me, and each one of about 8 after that were, I just said, he already knows what this is about. And at one point I was so angry because I knew him and Park Dietz, and I I was so flustered by McCrary not responding to any of my emails, any of my text, and I said, if I get knocked off by Hartnell's minions, there's about 1,000 of them in Bakersfield, and if I get knocked off, then you're going to go to prison for the rest of your life, and Park Dietz will be lucky if that bait and switch witch doctor, witch, is the superintendent of a parking garage. Be lucky. So I kind of tried to atone to the two of them, and did a video for Park Dietz, and called him Dr. Park Dietz, and then was more personable. That's probably my problem, because I talked about you juvenile geniuses on one of the pages. That probably sours people. Napa's taking another Napa on me, and the DOJ Attorney General, I talked to her once, and after that I kept emailing and texting and calling and leaving voicemails, no response. And then she took me off of her, took herself off of my phone list, I realized. So, you know, somebody's got to come to help me out with this. It's just unreal. So I hope it's you, the Hearst Corporation, which I asked for a restricted signature to somebody with the Hearst Corporation that will be in San Francisco. So we'll see what happens. Thank you very much.